So what you're looking at right here is the next piece of news that we've got for the next Mad City update, which could come out next week or next month. I don't know when it's going to come out, hopefully soon, but there's a lot to get into here, as you can see. So let's get right on into it. So first of all, if you're not familiar with Mad City, then you wouldn't know that this big old area here is actually the Mad City. Well, how I know this is because this X here marks the spot of the criminal base. You've got the Ferris wheel here, and then the boat also comes along here as well. It also says Mad City here, so you know we're talking about Mad City, but this is the criminal base area here, and then this is Area 51, and then that kind of puts everything into perspective. You know where everything is. Down here is like the sewer area part where like the water comes through to the map. I believe this building here is the bank. Either this one or that one, something like that. But before we actually get into all of this stuff on the board, because there's a lot to go through here with like images, codes and stuff, before we get into that, let's actually see where this is taking place. Where is this? Well, as you can see, we have the pistol S. This gun down here is what's used by the cops. When you spawn in on Mad City and you become a police, you get given this gun as default. So we're obviously in some sort of police base, right? Also, what also backs up this is there's like a donut and coffee here. That's what police normally have, you know. So this is some sort of police base, and they're looking at this board to try and figure out something which we do not know yet. So we're going to start off by looking at this piece of information here, which says the Mad Paper, which is obviously Mad City's version of like the daily news sort of thing. It says McDonald's location permanently closed. Of course, it's like ripped up because they don't want you to actually get the full message, but it says McDonald's location permanently closed, and then it says Cluckles, or he, I'm pretty sure it just says Cluckles, still missing. So where is Cluckles? I think that's what we're trying to find out, where is Cluckles and what he's doing. And then if we move on to the right of this piece of information, this is where we were before and this is where I'm looking now, you can see that this family here obviously are in like the house area where all the houses are. They've gone missing. Now we don't know how long they've been missing for, but they've been missing since, alright? They've been recently gone, right? But if you look closely, I can actually try and get in a little bit closer here. Hold on, go in here. You can see there's two eyes here. Obviously the picture's in black and white because that's how the picture is, right? But there's eyes here. Now I'm guessing these are supposed to be red eyes from, you guessed it, Cluckles. Cluckles has gone missing because he's actually going around killing people or just taking them. I don't know why. Well, we don't know why yet, but that's where Cluckles is gone. So that's why Cluckles, like McDonald's, is getting shut down. It's pretty confusing, but Cluckles is gone, so they're shutting down McDonald's. Now if we go to the top of the image here, you can see there's two pieces of code, which we've got to use this thing here to crack the code to see what it says. I've already done that for you guys, alright? So this one here says a piece of log that. It literally just says a piece of log that. If you, like, you know, do this whole thing, that's what it says. And then this one here says is like a king. If you put those together, a piece of log that is like a king, it kind of makes sense, but I don't fully understand it. Something about a king, maybe there's a fourth boss or something, I'm not entirely sure. Now, as you've probably spotted by now, there are 3 different crosses on the map. There's one by this building here, which I thought was the jewellery store, but it turns out it's not. The jewellery store's not on the map yet, on this like part of the map, you know. Then there's another X here, just at the entrance of Area 51. Then we've also got one up here at the criminal base, the main criminal base. So there's now 2, but the one near the Ferris wheel, right? And I also just realised there's 3 actual bosses, so maybe these places that are marked with an X is where the bosses are. So what this is trying to do is trying to track down where the bosses are so we can then destroy them so they don't destroy the city again, because of course that's what police do. They try and sort out the crimes, and these kind of are the villains here, so they're trying to find out where the bosses are so they can destroy them. And then they have like 3 different locations where they think each 3 are. One here, one near the criminal base, and one at the entrance of Area 51. It also makes sense why the McDonald's has been taken down and why Cluckles is missing, because Cluckles has been doing things like this, making people gone since. It also says X, it says something in French, which actually means, this means direct the light in French. So well, if you're good at French and English, you could have worked that out, but it actually says direct the light. And it also says, as you can see, let me just try and get closer to it, right? It says can X direct for lights. So does that mean that this place here, the criminal base and the area down here, can those places direct for light to try and find the bosses? Is that what it's trying to say? The whole thing's trying to find the bosses and try and crack the code to find the bosses. But it kind of all doesn't really make sense right now. We kind of need a little bit more information. Now, with all that being said, with all that cracking the code sort of thing about McDonald's and all the other bosses, Thrifty Studios also tweeted out this earlier on today. The piece of, news we just looked at was from last night. This was out 4 hours ago today. Now, what this is Thrifty Studios here, as you can see, they said soon, with eyes. Now, I don't know when the update is coming out, but as you can see, we have a whole new area to explore in Mad City. Does this mean another live event which is going to open up this area where we have to kind of track down McDonald's and Cluckles and all the other bosses or something? It kind of feels like a massive live event, especially with what we've just looked at with the whole board and we got to crack the code. I don't know, but we have got a new area, and in this new area we've also got a couple new buildings. We got this kind of area here where this water comes through the bridge sort of thing. We've got another red bridge, but we've also got whatever this is behind this tree which is kind of blocking it, but I think that's purposely done so we can't actually see what's actually up here. We have some sort of other building which kind of looks like the museum from Jailbreak. We have that kind of style where all the poles come down, where the entrances from museum. I'm doubting this is a museum, but maybe another robbery, I don't know. But we do have a new area for Mad City. But that's pretty much everything I got to go over for today's video. We got a lot of new stuff coming from Mad City. I'm excited, but keep in mind this has also got to do with something game-changing, right? I don't know, maybe we can have replay live events, this is going to be another live event and then we can replay the live event. I don't know. Also, don't know what to recall this video. There's a lot of ideas in my head right now. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. But I'm going to leave it here because I got nothing else to really go over. I tried my best to explain what all this meant. Cluckle's missing. He's going killing people out here, stealing people or something. I don't know. These people have been gone since. We got all these bosses here tracking down. They've been tracked down, or they're trying to be tracked down. It's confusing, okay? But I'm going to leave this one here. If you enjoyed, let me know by leaving a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. It really, really helped me out and I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.